Banks in Guyana.
For your vote, tell them what the banks are doing to ordinary people. It's the ordinary people that is going to give you seats in parliament. If you take all the business people and put them together, they cannot give you 5 seats.
What they do?
So why are all the political parties not campaigning on this issue? Will they campaign in this issue? I have seen people with tears in their eyes in the bank. What they do to these people?
Well, they can't get the money out.
Let me tell you about these bloody lawyers in this country.
A lady got a check, order from court, and because of the order from court, the property was sold. She got $900,000. When she go put it in the bank, she can't put it in. They say if she put it in, she can't get it out back. It's like they freeze it.
Look what they have done to a lady at hand in hand. Listen to this, and no lawyer. Sometimes when I see this profusion, there must be 1 million lawyers in Guyana. You know, in Little Barbados, let me tell you something. In Little Barbados, what would have happened? Hear what a lady.
The Prime Minister challenged the bank and said she's going to let it.
Hear what happened to a lady walking at hand in hand. When they tell you your when you go in and they tell you your account is dormant, they don't send you. You know what Republic Bank did me? Republic Bank told me they sent me a notice that my thing is. I said, show me the paper trail. Show me the paper trail that you sent me. I not saying my. These people these bankers are these bastards. This is what they're doing to a lady at hand in hand. The lady went there, they told the lady the account is dormant. Virginia and viewers out there, you're listening to something that is real. The woman got the requirements for they need for dormancy. Woman said, man, look, I ain't got the requirement, never close my account. You know what they told the woman? To close the account, she has to get the very documents to reactivate it. So her money is left there.
All over again.
She can't get her money because she can't get the documents to reactivate the account. And they need the very documents to close it. And no lawyer, no bloody lawyer would not take this to court unless you pay them $200,000. So I told the lady, why don't you take a lawyer to file an injunction? The lady said she went to a lawyer and the lawyer's fee is more than the money she has in the bank. That lady banked her money, walked it hand in hand all her years, banked her money and cannot get it.
You know something?
And you want to tell me this should not be a campaign issue?
The banks are ridiculous. And when you go to the bank, you have to have collateral. And usually you're over collateralized. And secondly, and although you're over collateralized, you still got to pay 15 or 17%.
Let me show you this again and again. Leonard Craig, the Monday columnist of the Chronicle. Banking in Guyana is stuck in the dark ages. My column for today. Commercial banks are the reason why I want to be young again. And you know why I want to be young again? I want to get into the fight, the struggle for working class people, to fight against the oppression of working class people. You know,
but the Prime Minister of Barbados spoke about this and said she's going to legislate to control the bank. But our people are not doing anything about it. I wrote about it in the press more than one time, you know.
But Ginger, listen to this. We can call more than 500 businesses in this country that are prominent, wealthy. If they give you a check, please, somebody call in and explain this thing to me. If they give you a check at Scotiabank, Republic Bank, wouldn't the people go to the computer? Let's say the firm is Banks DIH. One of the Guyana's historic, prestigious. Let's say it's Sterling Product. Let's say it's one of the top lawyers in this country, one of the top medical specialists. When you give the check to them, don't they go into the computer and see that surgeon or that lawyer has 1.2 billion in the bank, and so they cash the check right there? Why it has to wait for 3 days? Let's call a prominent lawyer who've been around 25 years and earn a lot of money. No, let's call their name. But surely you must see when you go into the computer the man's financial standing. Why the plumber or the carpenter that the man wrote a check for has to wait for 3 days?
And you know when you go to the bank, they say you got to open an account. I got a guy to open an account. After you open an account, they said you got to wait 6 months. Now this is a young man trying to get a living, right? Goes to the bank and they tell him he got to be banking for 6 months. He got to wait 6 months. I argue with them and the man got the loan.
But Ginger,
6 months.
how did allegedly? We don't know if he had. The charges is that he had
How he put the money in his
800
bank?
million.
How
How did he get that money in the
Did
bank?
the bank not ask him where you get the money from like they asked me? I get a check
How
from the
did-
bank and they ask me. I can't put it in my
You
account.
should know what. When if I call this guy name, one of the leading journalists in state media, the man gave the bank a check from an institution that is old and respected and nobody will question how the institution came to give you this check. That is none of their business.
Exactly.
It's the validity of the check.
It came from a bank.
And nobody's
good
doing
money.
anything about this. Nobody's doing anything about what these banks are doing.
This guy was supposed to get financing, right? He said the money is going to come from Wells Fargo Bank from the States. Now they want his bank statement. I said, why you want my bank statement? If it's coming from Wells Fargo Bank, it's legitimate money.
All of this could stop. All of this could stop because a lot of it are not related to money laundering. So you just call the meeting and tell these banks, you are engaged in oppressing people. You are engaged in behavior that is irrelevant to money laundering. Virginia, how a dormant account is engaged in money laundering? How 300 a police officer,
And then they're taking fees.
A police
so money done.
a police officer has been accused of laundering money, and he had the state is saying he had $800 million.
And the bank didn't ask him how he get it. They should be charged.
You know what one of Guyana's leading lawyer told me? It's so easy to open an account in the US. The very US that imposed, you know what?
15 minutes you have an
You know what President Ramatad told me? That Anti-Money Laundering Act was imposed in Guyana for American interests.
But the point is, it's all done to keep down other countries. They don't want you to develop.